the time spent together where
Yeah, guys.
Jones and I argued
What's
about
up,
fighting each
beautiful
other in a
people?
boxing match,
Yeah,
to which I agreed to do
it is
if it's
me, your
just boxing.
boy, Ali
We also,
Alvi.
and the one that
Yeah,
caught
I
fire the
think the
most
year
was the wrestling thing,
2026 in
because
the
I
world
said that
of
I would wrestle
UFC will
him
have
in
a great
Real American
features.
Freestyle Wrestling and I
Yeah,
would beat him. That stems
I
from
think
John earlier
John
saying
Jones and
I
Daniel
would wrestle
Cormier
Daniel in a
will have
exhibition
their
or
rivalry
a
settled
grappling match for
again.
charity. That was
Yeah,
something
as
he
we
said
thought
prior.
that
Luis, find
their
that,
rivalry
clip that, throw that in the video
is good
so
to
that the people
see
see that I'm not making it up. I'm
now
not making this up.
with
There's a
Cormier
desire,
info
right?
is giving some
Regardless
info
of the
that
respect for the
there will
fighting
be
ability, there's a
a
desire to
probability
compete
to
against
have
each
a
other in
boxing match
something.
between him
I think that
and
is
John
honestly
Jones,
the
him and
most
John
telling
Jones,
part of the
or a
relationship
wrestling match.
between
So
myself
it's
and John
something that they
Jones.
are talking
That no matter
about.
what it
So
is
maybe
in terms
in
of
this year
respect for
we'll be
skill,
having
respect for
a fight
ability,
between
you guys
John
know,
Jones
in terms of a
and
person,
Daniel
him and
Cormier,
I will
like
never
three.
be or see
But
eye to eye.
it will not be in the world
But in
of
terms of the fighter,
UFC or
I feel
MMA,
like
but
between us, there's a need to
boxing or
compete.
wrestling. Yeah. So
And truthfully,
keep
in the heart
watching,
of it,
keep follow us, like,
in the heart of the
subscribe
fighting,
for more info,
it was
every
actually a
information
gift
that
to have
comes
someone
around the world of
with that level of
fights.
skill
You
to want
people
to
will
compete
know
with
and
that much and
have
have,
fun here.
and how this idea that
Share the
I
videos
could lose a
to the
wrestling match is
friends
out there. But I guess we can
and
find
tell
out.
them to
And guess
subscribe.
what?
Help us
I'm not the
to
only
build the
one talking
channel.
about a
Yeah,
wrestling
so
match
that
between John
we
Jones
too
and I.
get the power
I'm
and
just the only
courage
one
to
doing it
go
publicly.
through
Stay tuned,
things
because
to
if
look
he
for
steps
info
on that
for you
line,
guys. Yo.
I'm taking this dude
So
10-0.
guys,
I
tell
got
a
some
friend to
background
tell a
information
friend
for you.
that
A
Aleya
few
Ovi
months
channel
ago,
is on.
I received a text
Thanks you
message from a number I
everyone
did
who
not
started
recognize.
day one
I see in the WhatsApp a
for
message. It's a
liking,
video. I look in the
subscribing.
video.
I
The
can see
first thing
that
that pops
we
on
are
my
growing. We are
screen
growing.
is a
We
Russian guy,
started
and
with
then he
zero
pans to the
and
right and it's
today we
John
are no
Jones.
more zero.
Jones then
So
says,
the
come
work
over here and
is
coach
going
against
on.
me in
So
Alves
guys,
Global.
thank you a
Maybe
lot.
you can get
So
one.
keep
What? The
watching.
video the other day of
There's a
Jones
lot to
saying,
come through.
it would give us an opportunity to become friends.
Him coming out here would give us both an opportunity to maybe start a friendship.
I don't know that he believes that, and I honestly don't know that that's what he wants. The authenticity that surrounds John Jones can come into question. So what we hear may not be necessarily what he means.
I want you to put a percentage number on it. What are we at? Where are we at on this thing happening?
Man,
Conor McGregor, Michael Chandler walking out South Lawn, main event at the White House.
I mean, I think the odds are higher than they ever have been at this point. It's no secret. Obviously, I want to fight Conor, and I think it's no secret by the things that he's posting, the interviews that he's doing. Posted a video of me and him and our highlights and all that kind of stuff a week or so ago. He wants to fight me. I want to fight him. He wants to fight at the White House. Conversations are being had. I think things are moving in that direction, but we're never going to know when this thing's going to be announced. So we will see. All I know is I'm going to start training here very soon, like laser focused on June, whatever it is, and we'll see how it plays out.
What do you mean then? What do you mean conversations are happening? Who's having conversations? What's going on in those conversations?
Conversations are happening, man. It's just I'm trying to make this thing happen. We'll put it that way.
Cheat Patty, what do you think it looks like?
Oh man, more skilled, more experienced. I think better fighter all around, Justin Gaethje. But I also have been on record and said that Paddy Pimblett is better than a lot of people think he is. Because of his haircut and the way he talks and some of the strength of schedule. People don't give him a lot of credit, but when I fought him in April in Miami, I'm not going to say that I was surprised because I was expecting the best version of Paddy, but he's better than a lot of people give him credit for. He's got long reach, good kicks, pretty darn patient and composed in there. But Gaethje's a whole different animal. So if I had to bet, which I can't, but if I had to lean one direction, I'd go Justin Gaethje, interim champion, and then he beats Ilia Topuria later on this year.
All right, okay. Gaethje, Paddy.
What? Come here. Look. Hey, kick. Boom. Hey, kick.
Hey, now.
Me, I would always go ahead on the outside. He throws the hook, I would. Because I'm never going to shoot my head inside because knee. Yes. Yeah. That was good. You set me up. Truth, bro.
Extended period.
Oh, that's right. So they didn't. So just to clarify, they didn't strip Yuri or Jamal. Both of them technically vacated. I suspect after a conversation was had, that they weren't like, I'm going to be out for 6 months. I suspect there's a conversation. The problem is, I don't think Tom Aspinall's in a favor-doing mood for the UFC right now.
Tom should come out and do like a video and be like, if the UFC wants to do an interim belt, cool. And then if the UFC actually books an interim belt, you know what Tom Aspinall should do? Vanish. Vanish until he's ready to come back. No more YouTube videos. He needs to go away for a little while. And it's not his fault that the fan base has like turned on him. My biggest fear with this whole thing, especially with the John Jones stuff, was that he needs to ignore that John Jones even exists and that his belt was always the real belt and just stop answering the John Jones questions altogether. Just completely no-sell him. And he did not do that. And now, like, it has created this sort of like inverse effect against him that even when he got poked in the eye, like if he didn't go out there and just smoke on anything other than that, he was going to get shit on. But this is like as bad as it could possibly be from like a public perception thing, not from like any of us in here, but from the fan base that the UFC really caters towards. So at this point, like, people need to miss him. He was doing so many interviews, doing so many videos, and it was all John related, all of it. And Dana's somewhat to blame too, because he promised the world he was going to make this fight. Well, we all know deep down that fight wasn't going to happen. Make a video saying like, hey, if the UFC wants to do an interim belt, fine. Let Gane and Pereira or Gane and Volkov fight for the belt, like whatever. We crown an interim champ, and when he is cleared, when he is actually cleared, when a doctor says, Tom, you can go fight, then you come back, you make your triumphant return to YouTube, and you announce that I'm back and I'm going to fight this dude. That's what you do. And then the fan base will be on his side. We can't miss you if you don't leave. And even though he didn't fight that much, he was everywhere. We couldn't avoid him.
I do think there would be a certain amusing piece if instead they crowned an interim champion and he was just like, I don't want to fight him. I'd like to fight Stipe Miocic. He's a legend.
Okay. All right.
I think that would be pretty funny.
Okay. All right. You found the lone exit I would be willing to take here. God,
I just think that would be an incredible bit.
That is better than Ranier de Ritter versus Dominic Reyes.
I think it is
officially
an incredible bit.